Hello. Good evening, everyone. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I know it's been a little minute. I'm a couple of Thursdays behind, but I am back. For those who don't know me, my name is Kayla Joshua. I am a financial services mentor, and the name of my company is Nala Solutions. And my main focus is helping small business owners who make under 100 will actually make under 500K, learn how to make 100K in 90 days using my 5-step power program. And I just wanted to come live tonight to go over a couple of quick savings tools. I can't talk tonight. A couple of quick ways to save and invest. Today, I'm just going to really go more so in savings. Next week, I'm going to go into the investment piece on how to invest, stocks, and so on and so forth. So, thank you for having me tonight. So the first step. So the first thing, first is first. If you have any debt, you want to make sure you get that paid off. Of course, you can't save anything if you owe debt. So any debt that you have, any credit card bills, any debts as far as loans or anything like that, or even money you owe people, you want to pay off your debt so that way you can save and build an emergency fund. Most people say your savings and emergency fund should be anywhere from 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, and that might be a lot for some people. I know it was a lot for me, especially during the pandemic. A lot of people didn't have emergency funds, so that's why we were in the situation that we were in. So just keep that number into consideration. Every day that you're holding on to that, hey Josie, every day that you're holding on to that, you're actually it's working against you. People don't realize interest is compound. It's calculated daily. Even when you do simple things like if you have a mortgage payment or a car note and you split your payment in half, you actually save months and years on that payment because interest is compound. So if you make a payment on the first and make another payment on the 15th, you're paying less because you're paying only the interest for those 15 days. So quick tips and tools like that actually help people in the long run so you can eliminate debt and be able to save. Having access to money and having things liquid, of course, helps you as well. I personally started saving by opening up CD accounts, which means certificates of deposit. Good evening. I can't see who it is. It just says Facebook user. Um, I personally started saving money by opening up CDs, and the interest rates on CDs right now is crazy. Usually, the interest rates aren't this high unless we're going into a recession. Actually, according to statistics, we should have been in a recession approximately 2 years ago. But I'm not complaining because, like I said, the interest rates on CDs right now are ranging anywhere from like 5 to 6%. So if you have any money that you can afford to stash to the side, you definitely want to put it in a CD. Most banks will let you add to the CD if you want to add more money to it. Some of them are fixed, and usually the minimum is about 3 months. So you could do a CD from anywhere from 3 months to 60 months, which is 5 years. So those are quick, easy ways to save. And you can also use CDs to build your credit. I know it was times where I was in the process of saving to purchase my first home and I had all my money in a CD. And it was, hey Ty, it was in because my money was in a CD, of course, it was locked up. But what people don't know, you can borrow against your own savings account and it reports to the credit bureau. So if you have the money in a CD and you have, you're trying to save for a house, vacation, etc., you can borrow your money at a way cheaper interest rate. So instead of getting a personal loan at an interest rate of like 9 or 10%, you can actually get a loan against your money and your savings, which is called a shared secured loan or a pledge loan at some banks like Navy Federal Credit Union. Or you can get a CD secured loan where your CD is securing that money and the interest rate will be whatever your savings interest rate is or CD rate plus like an extra 3%. So that's way less than what you would pay if you were to get a personal loan. So you'll still be saving your own money and building your credit at the same time. Another way you can save is money into retirement accounts. A lot of us are W-2 employees, and typically they offer 401ks or some type of 403bs if you're a teacher. If you're, good afternoon. If you fit into that category, whatever the max is, you want to put that in there to be able to max your contribution, because that's free money. If they match up to 5% and you put up to 5%, so that's free money that's going into your pocket. Plus, it helps you in the long run to save for retirement. So those are some of the steps that, I would say are your first steps before you can save. You want to look into those things and calculate your income to make sure that, worst case scenario, you are in a bind, you'll have that money to save. So let's come up with a plan, because I don't like to just come live and tell you guys what to do without giving some type of direction. You can definitely always go back and watch the live, hashtag replay if you like, or you can tag any of your family and friends in the live, and you guys can come up with a time where you can meet and come up with a plan to save, even if it's something for your family. Like I said, first see how much money you're earning. You need to know, hey, Sherry, you need to know how much money you're actually bringing in order to determine how much money you're actually going to save. So how can you calculate what your 3 to 6 months worth of savings is if you really don't even know how much money you're bringing in? Even, it's crazy. A lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck, but we really don't know what we're bringing in. So that's also a good tool as well to check your W-4 to make sure you have the right amount of deductions coming out before tax season comes. We're in July. So if you rectify that now, you won't be in a bind where now you're asking your tax preparer, why aren't you able to get me back so much money based on my income and my dependents, when you haven't been paying any taxes all year long. But that's a whole nother story. I don't want to go into that tangent. But first, let's see how much money you're actually earning. And then another way to save is increase the amount of money you have by earning more and spending less. Like, there's so many side hustles these days. I read a statistic the other day, and it said that I want to say 45% of Americans now have some type of side hustle, something that they do on the side by making additional income. Once again, I'm going to reference that back to taxes. If you make over $400 a year, that income is supposed to be reported to the IRS. So, think about something that you like to do, that you enjoy doing, and that you actually make money from. And you can use that money as additional income. You can use that money as additional income to save and put into a separate savings account. I personally like using a savings account that is not connected to your main bank account. So if you have some type of online account, American Express has a great interest rate on savings account where you don't have a debit card or a credit card or anything connected to it, where it's not easily accessible. You want to be able to put the savings in one of those type of accounts, so that way it's not easy for you just to run into the bank and go get that money, et cetera, et cetera. So that would be a great way to save. Use the money that you have, like I said, in your savings account. Once you get to a point where you have enough, you can pay off any debt you have. And then that comes to the part where we're going to talk about investing next week. Because, some people already do have a nest egg. Some people already do have some type of savings. And there's so many ways to save depending on where you are financially. There's stocks, there's IUL, so there's many different avenues and different ways to save based on what your income is. And we're definitely going to go over that next week. So once you have that 6 months of savings for emergency and you have no debt, keep in mind these are the prerequisites. Then you want to be able to start saving, and then once you have that savings, then you'll be able to get into a position where you can start investing your money, because you want to make your money work for you. Every dollar that comes in your account should have a job. And once, we go over that in detail next week, you'll understand a little bit more so what I'm saying about the investing aspect of it. And here is just some quick tools and ways to save. These are some things that I did for myself personally and wanted to share with you guys. So automate your transfers. So if you're a W-2 employee, or even if you have a business you run, you want to put a certain amount of money into another separate account. Like I was saying, not an account you have easy access to. Even if it's a minimum of $25 to $50 a month, you want to have that automatic transfer. So it's like a bill. You don't even look at that money. So that money goes into that account, and that it's just collecting interest, and you don't have it, you won't touch it. So we're trying to get to that 3 to 6 months worth of saving. You do want to minimize your restaurant spending. I'm bad at that. I'm working on that myself, so I can definitely speak on that. Cook a little bit more. I'm not saying you don't deserve to treat yourself. We're all bosses here. We're all business owners. So of course, but everything in moderation. So if you can just be a little bit, more hands-on and actually evaluate your bank account and see where your money is going and where you're spending. So you want to map out anything that, like I said, major purposes, vacations, any events you have, education purposes, which are a tax write-off as well. You want to look and make sure that everything that, like I said, every dollar has a legitimate reason. If that dollar isn't bringing you back more revenue, then you should evaluate and think twice before you spend it. Track your spending. You can easily do that with a lot of different apps. I love mint.com. That's one of my favorite apps to use to track my spending, and Rocket Money. Both are free. You connect them to your bank account and it tells you how much money you spent on fast food, how much you spent on gas, how much you spent on utilities. It tells you if you spend less one week compared to another. So it really is an eye opener. So definitely download both of those apps. I will drop the link to them in the comments as well at the end of the live. Establishing a budget. I'm all for budgets. I'm the budget queen. So, I pay myself bi-weekly. And after my money is spent, if it's nothing left over, then that's it. So, if you establish a strict budget for yourself, you'll be able to tell where you're overspending that or even underspending that, setting up goals. We all have to have a goal. If you don't have a goal, you don't know where you're going. So that's definitely one way. So the best thing to do, I would say, if you have the time, download your personal bank statement. And it may take a little bit of time, go over all of your expenses and see where your money is going. Things like, oh yeah, definitely, Josie. I have a budget sheet I can share with you and anyone else who likes it. Just comment budget down below and I will definitely send that budget sheet to you. But you can see where your money is going. And it's, like I say, it's very eye-opening as well. Hey, how you doing? Cable is one of the things I cut out. I actually don't even have TVs plugged up in my house. Like I have 3 TVs and they're still in boxes. But cutting out cable and all of the different apps like Netflix. There's so many free apps out there right now that you can use or you can share with other people when Netflix is cracking down. But it's other apps you can use and share with other people. But find ways to save. Even if you have the money, just think about how that money can go elsewhere. One of the apps I was telling you guys about, Mint and Rocket, it tells you if you have any subscriptions. So if you have subscriptions that you're paying for, like Google subscriptions or subscriptions you're not using, gym memberships, a lot of y'all got gym memberships, not going to the gym. Either you're going to use it and make it worth your while, which is good because health is wealth, or cut it out and work from home or do something else with that money. But it does make you aware of where your money is going and how you're spending your money. Opening up a CD, I spoke about that earlier. They're my favorite. Like I literally went from a 424 credit score to an 800 credit score just by saving my own money and putting it in CDs and borrowing off of my own money. And not borrowing from the bank, not borrowing from anywhere else, using my own money to build my credit. Like it's a game changer, and that's definitely a gem. Whoever your financial institution is, especially credit unions, they're awesome at shared secured / CD loans. Like I said, take up a side hustle. If you don't have one, or hey, Kentrella, how you doing? If you don't have a side hustle, if you're looking for one, I have so many business partners that are in this group. Even myself, I do taxes, credit restoration, LLC setup. It's so many different avenues of income or streams of income that you can do to make additional money. Like if you want to be a millionaire, which I'm pretty sure all of us are or already on our way there, they say you have to have at least 7 streams of income to be a millionaire. Now, that doesn't mean be all over the place and do this and do that and stuff that don't even match. You can have one side hustle and that one thing bring in different streams of income. You could be a travel agent, but yet you have a book about how to become the best travel agent. You have other people on your team to get profit and revenue from. So it's different ways to bring in multiple streams of income. You just have to think about what you love to do and what you like to do that you can make money from. Cancel unused prescriptions. That should have said subscriptions. I think I already had that on there twice. And try to find a cheaper phone plan. A lot of these people, like say cable companies, phone companies, not the light companies, they're pretty stringent, but a lot of these companies will definitely negotiate your bill. They will bring down your bill. If you call them and you tell them, I'm going to cancel, just like with credit repair, if you tell them, I don't have the money or I want to cancel this, oh, trust and believe. They're going to put somebody else on that phone to get you to stay because they want that money to continue to roll in. So just once you do that evaluation and look at your bank account, look and see who you can call and do some negotiations with. On I think it's the Mint app. No, it's the Rocket Money. On the Rocket Money app, they have it where you can pay them to negotiate for you, but you can do it yourself for free. It's just a matter of you as a consumer taking the time to evaluate and look at your finances, which is hard for a lot of us to do. We don't like looking at our finances and we don't like looking at our credit, like I said, but if we don't look at it and address it, we'll never be able to get anywhere. So those, like I said, are some quick tools and tips that I wanted to give you guys about savings and investing. Next week, we're going to definitely go a little bit more into investing in ways where stocks come into play, different types of savings accounts. So if you have any questions that you want to ask, you can drop them in the comments below, or you can inbox me if you want me to touch on a certain topic. But I do appreciate you guys coming on tonight. You could have been anywhere and you chose to be here. So I'm very grateful and thankful for that. And once again, like I said, my name is Kayla Joshua. I am a financial services mentor. So if you're looking for a side hustle, or if you have any questions for yourself when it pertains to bookkeeping, about your small business or anything, definitely reach out to me. My website is joinkayla.com, and I will definitely be able to assist you or someone on my team. Okay. All right. You guys have a nice night.